I think it's only right you bring this in.
Because it's deeper than the pain, deeper than the rain, deep like day and night. It's chills up my spine. Oh my God. What's up, Redeemers? I'm Jung Kook.
I'm Nick.
Y'all see it. So, I wasn't here during the time when this dropped. The Redeemers that follow me on the gram probably saw me going crazy and promoting this shit. But you didn't really see me like give my thoughts on the video and everything like that. Funny enough, I actually haven't watched it in like 2 weeks. But no long talk. Let's get into it.
Yeah, let's jump into this.
Give a little late reaction, you know what I'm saying?
It's for some people hate that, but some people, like I said, they asked me to ask you and shit, and I definitely wanted you.
Let me just say, I appreciate the love, guys. The love that you guys gave me last year and seeing me back on and everything like that really warms my heart up. And I got a surprise for you guys, but we can keep that on the hush right now.
Yeah.
Something coming soon.
It's good to have you back, and it's good to see some new faces and shit all on here. Make sure y'all subscribe, jump on the Patreon for more content like this. Definitely more deep dives and other stuff. With the way I told Lo kind of how this stuff is set up now, we kind of have the opportunity to pause, show more, speak about certain things, show people things. Mm-hmm. So we're going to be working on a lot of like new technology and new things just to make this channel even better for 2024.
Wrong group.
It's like, he just came back and started. But yeah, man, let's jump into this, man. Ush, he the greatest to you?
GOAT, yes.
Okay. Receive it?
Yes.
Nah. It's like, this shit put that to bed. JK and CB Jones will be crazy. That Nate Dogg type of Leonardo meme. Listen, when they get into that,
we zooming out. Where can we be going?
Stop. Can you feel that? It's like heaven and earth moves whenever we touch. No, for real, I know you feel that. The universe approves when you and I dance. So elegant in heaven, saying things like yeah. It's when we do it, leave.
Come on, man.
Screaming, I testify there's something. Screaming, I testify the test of time. They can't deny our love. They can't divide us. We'll survive the test of time. I swear that I'll be ready. Standing next to you, next to you. I'm next to you. You know it's deeper than the rain.
Uh-oh, at the hop.
hey.
That pop right here.
fucking excellence, man. Make sure y'all subscribe. Jump on the Patreon.
Remember when I said when we were watching Vibe, and I was like, I wanted a dance break. This is what I had in mind, kind of like, you know what I'm saying, like this, because I was like, all right, this is what they're known for. This is how you compare it. I was like, you gotta kind of do that little showcase
it's funny
thing.
You mentioned Vibe because I was gonna mention it, but I wanted to leave it alone because I ain't, you know how niggas get they like, oh y'all, you know,
man, y'all know we love this group equally. Like,
yeah, but you know how people run around like Nick hate somebody or you hate Jimin or I hate JK, and I'm just
love
like
everybody.
It's like we OT7, and obviously you know we rock for everybody when they doing their solo shit. But you brought it up, so you know I'll kind of play into that. That's definitely kind of what I thought when I seen them. Even for I would assume somebody in Korea would kind of feel how, you know, somebody in America might feel with Taeyang with Ush, like kind of like that. And obviously, you know, Jimin said that was, you know, a big part of him growing up, kind of who he idolized. I'm pretty sure.
Idolized Usher. He said it. Usher and Omarion was his idols.
Usher is definitely I don't want to say a precursor for some K-pop stuff because people get offended.
Rain.
Yeah, like idols literally came out their mouth.
Usher was on Inky Guy.
Idols have literally came out their mouth and said that, you know, Ush was kind of like the blueprint for some of what people wanted to do with their music career. So, you know, JK just doing, you know, a track with him, this is iconic. You can just kind of call it what it is. And I was always interested, I'm going to let you get your shit off because niggas came here to hear you, you know, go off about this. I was interested in what JK's approach was going to be to the album in general, just because I knew it was going to be pop. So, you know, I knew his album was going to be great. He honestly blew me away with not only like, not so much like the quality of the music, but the approach with everything. It's no slight, but remember how we said, you know, with V's project, we kind of wanted something a bit more up-tempo to change a bit of like the flow from the album. We are doing an album review. Lowe's going to be around so we can do the Golden, and the V album review is going to be coming soon too. But there was so much complexity with JK's album. Just the different tones he was able to hit, the different sounds, the different vibes, and the different like approaches to everything. And when it became, with this in particular, at first we heard the audio version of this, and Ush part, I don't want to say was a little jarring. His switch up kind of threw us off like a little bit, but we fucked with the song. When we seen it live, there's a certain energy now with this. And it's funny too because it was Redeemers arguing which was better, this or the JT joint, as far as like, you know, just songs. I think, you know, his preference. But there's a certain energy just here, a certain level of respect, and a certain just like this synergy. It didn't feel like Ush big up to him on here. It didn't feel like Cookie did anything to kind of like out dance or do anything here. The last time I felt this energy with Ush, I'm not gonna lie, was when him and CB linked.
I was about to bring that up too.
When him and CB linked, you was kind of like, oh, okay, I don't want to call it like the passing of the guard, but it kind of felt like
that's exactly what it felt like though. Like, because the same way I feel with this is the way I felt with New Flame.
Okay.
Because I was like, yo, like this is what I've been asking. I'm a music nerd. I love the lore of music and all types of stuff like that. So I eat this kind of stuff up, pause. But I think, and y'all know, funny thing is, if y'all go back, I gotta find what reaction it was. But I've been manifesting this for a while. I even tweeted that shit. I was like, yo, I've been saying Usher gonna do a song with somebody from BTS. Now, I thought it was either gonna be OT7 or Jimin, because Jimin was the one who was like, I looked at the Usher and he saw Usher at the Grammys or whatever awards and was like, yo, that's Usher, I want to be Usher, whatever like that. So I figured it would have been him, but I'm not mad at it being JK, especially because JK is taking the pop boy aspirations and that's where he's going. And that's why I really like this, because Usher, one thing about Usher, he never been no hater. Contrary to whatever the fuck T-Pain was talking about, Usher ain't never been no hater. He performed on the stage with Bieber when he was younger, you know what I'm saying, had really cut his teeth. Obviously that was his artist and everything like that. And then it was, I think Usher did a song with Omarion, he did something with Omarion like that. Then he did New Flame. He did a remix with Trey Songz, like, you know, Usher will show people love. He's never been like yo, you got to earn this to kind of get with me.
He's had so much love. Like I said, the Young Thug track. Like you said, the me and you literally was just talking about Tinashe and Kid Ink.
Yeah.
So he's worked with a bunch of different people, and like you said, outside of T-Pain, I've never heard like no hating shit. It's always been love for artists and everything. He's not even a messy individual.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it just
Usher represents kind of like the old guard that still like pristine kind of image, classy, but it's edgy enough to have fun and where people will still vibe to him and listen to him and everything like that. And I think he represents like a lost art. He's like the mid-range jump shot. You know what I'm saying? He represents something that people don't appreciate anymore because now we're in a time where a lot of the artists, American artists, don't really dance anymore. You know what I'm saying? The vocals not really. We're getting back to vocals, but it ain't been vocals in a long time, like how we're used to and everything like that. The professionalism, the stage show, and everything like that. So that's why I appreciated him doing this with JK.
They got a lot in common too.
Yeah.
As far as like being young, thrown into music.
Yes.
Having to evolve with the music and everything as well. Obviously JK is still young, super young, and still has like a lot ahead of him. But Ush was that young kid too, you know what I mean?
Ush's first album dropped, he was like 15 16
years old.
Yeah.
So you know
it's kind of crazy. And then he pretty much dominated he dominated the early 2000s for sure, but 97 to 2004.
Yeah, when My Way dropped.
That album 7 times platinum. He had a live album that went kind of crazy too. Then he was doing movies and stuff. 8701 comes out, it went 5 times platinum. That album, peep this, You Remind Me won a Grammy in 2002. In 2003, You Don't Have to Call won the same Grammy the very next year. Then the very next year, he drops Confessions, dominates the whole year, the best-selling album by a black artist in that whole decade. It was like the second best-selling album
Some
of
people
the
think
decade.
it's the best R&B album of all time.
I'm some people.
So
you know what I'm saying? Like, so he does that kind of run and everything like that. He's the consummate professional type of performer. We just don't really have that no more in American music because it's so fractured and people are not as respective of dancing as they once were, which is why K-pop hits because it's different faces on there doing the dances and everything like that. So, but just getting back to this, I appreciate this so much. Like I said, I feel like I manifested this. And obviously Scooter Braun being over there, that's Usher's man and, you know, business partner and stuff like that. So it was stars aligning and things kind of aligning for it to happen. But I think this is so dope. I do agree at first when you hear Usher come on like, stop, can you feel that? But then the Usher fan in me just goes back to like some of the older songs like Caught Up, and I would love to hear JK on a song like that, or do like a cover of Caught Up.
That with the choreography.
Got me feeling that caught up. I don't know what it is. That would be crazy. That would be crazy with that beat and everything like that. But
It's funny you didn't like talk about a lot of that stuff, and obviously me and you used to always play the like cover game because I always wanted to hear JK do like Moving Mountains, like things of that nature and shit. But at this point, obviously, if they weren't doing a cover, like you said, just kind of getting that vibe.
Cause shit, I want to hear. I should do Blood on Tears.
Nigga, listen.
Or a House of Cards. Like, I don't want to hear that shit.
And it's interesting too because you mentioned Scooter Braun, and we kind of already knew with JK he was going to have the biggest rollout. They was going to push him the most. And I'm saying that just because, like, who wouldn't? Like, you know,
I think he's made it clear he wants that. Like, you know what I mean? Global icon kind of.
Shit, I want that. Like, you know what I mean? So it's gonna work out for everybody. Like, you know what I mean? It's gonna work out for everybody. So I think some people should be less offended when hearing that that rollout was gonna happen. JK's kind of destined to do this. He's worked hard for this and deserves this. So with that being said, you mentioned the Scooter Braun thing. I was just like, I wonder what artists he was going to link with, because the JB seemed like the more of that was the thing, and then we wound up getting the Kid Laroi, Central C, even though I think that's another thing, but they're all, I don't think they all feature. I'm not sure if that's a Kid Laroi song. I think it's just all of them together, and it's not. It's just a collab.
I think it's Kid Laroi's song.
Okay,
I think so. I don't remember, but
yeah. So you know, clearly he's worked with Charlie Puth. I just was wondering what artists are going to be the artists on his shit, where it's just like that. At some point, and y'all can stamp this, clip this shit, do whatever y'all do. You're getting a J.K. Justin Bieber song at some point. Yeah. I don't know when or whatever, but it feels like that kind of has to just be, because I know how much he loves JB as well too. And it's funny because this feels like a precursor to that, because you ironically got JB's old head to kind of like do everything. But
that
I think
part right there is
smoked it.
That's just a smooth motherfucker.
Yeah, but I think
a girl around.
I think everything worked out was supposed to work, and I actually love that the remix with the two old heads with JT and Ush, because you know we kind of needed
3D
that.
literally reminds me of "Like I Love You," which is my favorite Timberlake song.
So it's ironically you weren't here for that too. When that was my big thing when we did the reaction to that. Is like I said, sometimes when we do the comparison, some people like get easily offended, and I think that with anything, you normally see who mastered the craft, and when you want to master that craft, sometimes you take a percentage of that and then you add your own thing to it. With that being said, you know, after
some people got to be honest with things, and that's why like certain comments I don't even engage with, especially if it's like you're just saying something, you don't know what you're talking about, you're just saying something. It's a difference with somebody's like acting like, yo, I know what I'm talking about and this is wrong, and you're spreading misinformation. Now that's the one where I was like, all right, shut the fuck up, bro. Like, I know what I'm talking about, and clearly I love, like I said, I love both of these guys. One is my favorite artist ever, and the other one is a part of a group that's like my favorite group ever. So, you know, like, it's no hate. I don't gain anything by like hating on anyone, so I don't hate on anyone in general.
Yeah, so all that being said, I had like, and we'll talk about it more on like the album review, his approach to how he did the features with people, with Seven taking like the UK like garage like band or pop sound that we kind of haven't heard. I don't want to say since Craig David, because there might be people from UK that might be like, no, we actually had this artist.
What you want about rough?
Yeah, like, you know, he took that, and like you said, with 3D, it definitely sounded like some early 2000s JT. So, you know, he was able to kind of mesh well with that. And then with this joint in particular, it just was like, bro, this sounds like some shit Ush would be able to kind of slide on. And then ironically, you know, Ush was on here and he slid. And, you know, we'll talk about the rest of the tracks when we get on there. But this feels iconic. It was people who don't even know about K-pop or know about JK mentioning him on my timeline.
Me, I saw it on Twitter, good and bad, and that's the only unfortunate.
I ignore some of the negativity
because, like, on both sides, it started getting crazy. Like on TikTok, it was people dissing Usher, and then on Twitter, it was the people shitting on, you know, JK or trying to downplay him and everything like that. As somebody who's obviously, we've been in K-pop long enough, we're looking at things from different lenses. So when people talk like that, I'm just like, all right, bro, you don't know what you're talking about. I don't really engage with it. Like I said, if somebody's trying to start pushing narratives, that's the only time I speak of. Now, if somebody just gives their opinion, whatever, that's their opinion. I don't pay any attention to it. But yeah, I just enjoy it. And like I said, I loved it. I thought this was dope. I wasn't expecting this after the single, after 7 and 3D. I was like, oh, okay, so the album's about to drop. Those are the 2 singles, and how's it gonna do it? Then this drop, I'm like, oh shit! Like, and then what? Like a month later or a couple weeks later, Usher remix and shit. I'm just like, come on, dog.
Yeah, like the 2 remixes in a row, and then when he did all his live performances,
I definitely wish I could have saw. I wish we could have got a live performance of this from them too. But I mean, we take.
Yeah, and I wonder too, and that's going to be another discussion that we going to have, because we talked about it on the channel. Now, since everybody did solo projects, Big Jim, when he get home, and he do his joint, imagine going to a BTS concert in 2026, and not only is they playing their new shit, now each member can play their own shit. So imagine like
they're gonna have to do like a couple day long festival or some shit.
Nigga.
It's impossible, bro. They're gonna have to do like an era type joint. Like, yo, we gonna start off.
Imagine you think
you're
about to get a VHS, and next thing you know, all you hear is standing next to you, like setting the mic, and niggas is like trying to run back to the bathroom.
What's that?
That joint go off and shit. Next thing you know, you just hear like Angel. Wait a minute. But nah, that should be interesting. Back to what you were saying. When it comes to like the xenophobia shit, or like, you know, or people just kind of like hating and shit like that, I too ignore it, like you said, unless like someone literally says something to me, or kind of like goes, you know, with it. And that's why sometimes when people have toxic energy, whether it's for us or kind of misconstrue anything that we say, you know, we on here for good vibes. We on here for great music. and BTS in particular I'm not gonna speak for you, but for me it kind of reinvigorated like my love for music, dance, and everything.
Same here, yeah.
So they literally changed my life. So I don't take that like easy, and I kind of hate when people insinuate or do certain shit like, oh, you don't fuck with this or you don't do this. It's
And
like,
we don't have no reason to lie. Y'all have seen us be honest.
Yeah,
y'all have
like,
seen us tell the truth. Like when we don't like something, we don't like it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even with BTS. So I don't think there's any like. If you've been here long enough, you know.
Yeah, that shit had rubbed me the wrong way because I had seen like two people like, yeah, you don't fuck with JK. I'm just like, he literally to me had the best song of last year for everybody, not just K-pop, like just like kind of everybody. He's the first person where I went and downloaded like the whole album. Probably outside of, if I'm being honest, maybe like Her Loss or something like that and shit like that. But those are dual artists.
Yeah.
So just kind of like hate shit like that. And that comes with the territory. Just kind of being out in the public face or whatever. But yeah, where did you rank them at too and shit? I'm not trying to get too into the album joint and shit. But 7, 3D, and Standing Next to You.
Oh.
I kind of think I feel like I know your
Standing Next to You, 7 and 3D.
Mm-hmm. I kind of knew the order. What's your favorite B-side off the joint?
Closer to you.
I think mine's just Please Don't Change, 'cause I love you and I love you. But
Closer to You and Shot Glass Full of Tears is my two favorite B-sides for sure.
I'm gonna save some of the questions then for when we do like the album review. But anything else and shit? Because like I said, people want to get analysis.
Nah, I love this. Like I said, can't wait for the album review. And like I said, I got a surprise for you guys coming soon. So it's gonna be great.
Yeah, more content like this coming soon. We are gonna try to set up some shit too for some of these. Where some days we might jump in and do like the lives again, just because now with the new tech and everything, it's kind of easier to read comments and look at shit kind of at the same time and kind of go about everything and shit all like that. Remember last time we was on the iPad.
Everybody was like, yo,
pass the iPad around and shit. Last time I did one and shit, people was in the chat and shit. We like, yo, whoever, get the most likes and shit, we just gonna do whatever is in the chat and shit. So, innovative shit like that. I'm pretty sure Lo got some ideas for some other content and everything too. But yeah, I mean, we love y'all. Y'all know I've been telling y'all are a real big part of this channel. Y'all rocked out with us. Y'all done put us on like a lot of content and really guided us in a bunch of different fire ass directions when it comes to just like this K-pop thing. This year is especially going to be for y'all. We're going to be doing a lot of content. One of your favorite shows we finally get an opportunity to do this year and shit.
Which one?
Let's just say we're going to LA with it.
Oh yeah! Oh shit! Yeah, I was just about to do my rewatch.
Yeah, so we finally gonna get an opportunity to go back there because I'm gonna let you jump back in the mix and shit too because I just started Bon Voyage and shit in New Zealand. So like that's fun. Ironically and shit, Hope was on there too talking about. He was like this new song just like chicken noodle soup and shit. So it's kind of funny seeing like the precursor to like you writing your shit. You're like, yeah, I'm writing fire, bro. It's gonna be fire. I'm like, they don't know. But yeah, y'all jump in the comments. Tell us how y'all felt about this. More fire coming soon. Make sure y'all jump on the Patreon. We love y'all. We're gonna holla at y'all. Peace. We standing next to you. I hope it's not creepy.